EduTech is what I'm going to talk about, but with this room full of entrepreneurs and sort of forward-thinking educators, we thought you might find it interesting and maybe you want to partner with us. So, okay, so what we do, we're about helping teens think entrepreneurially, get the entrepreneurial mindset. And we've been doing that through, we're doing entrepreneurial workshops in 3 high schools now and 1 middle school right now we're doing. And so what does an entrepreneurial mindset mean? So the average teen's life is very reactive. We find that right now, things are happening to them, right? The agenda is pushed on them by parents, by school, by sports, that kind of thing. Their motivation is very intrinsic. Somebody else is telling them generally whether they're doing a good job or not. Okay? And when they have questions, generally the answers are known by somebody. And lastly, their learning is just in case, meaning that they learn a lot of stuff. Hopefully something will be useful at some point in time. Okay? So let's contrast it with the entrepreneurial sort of model of doing things. Well, the entrepreneurs are in general very proactive. They do things to the world, right? They make things happen, they set the agenda. Their motivation is highly intrinsic. They love what they do, and they have a mission that they care deeply about. Okay? They work in a world of uncertainty. So the answers aren't known, either because they're doing something brand new or doing something in a new way. And the learning is just in time, meaning that they learn a lot. Anybody who's been an entrepreneur knows you're learning all the time, but your learning is happening in a context of action and you use it right away. So this is where we're trying to get our kids in our workshops to work. So a couple of things that I'll share with you we're finding out about sort of obstacles with them. The first one is that teens, when they look at their path of their life, their future, they see it as something that is very fixed and not much variation, and they don't think that it's really possible sometimes to bump it one way or the other. So the first thing we do with them is try to break that down. So why does your path look like that? Why are you going, is there some other option? What are the constraints that you're working under? What are your assumptions? What are other people's assumptions? And let's say, then we have them say, okay, why do you have these constraints? What if we drop some? Why don't you look at your own path someplace and make your own path? And what if you did that? In fact, what if you did that and you took as your path what you love to do, what you're great at? And we get them talking about what is your dream future? What if you want to do something every day, what would that look like? So they have this, now they're at this huge dreamy kind of thing. And we bring them back and say, okay, now what kind of business will get you as a first step towards doing that? And that's where they're starting. They're starting either by themselves or in small groups doing this with us. Then the next thing they run into, we found, is entrepreneurs act. They do things. And so, which is great, except that when you're not sure where you're going and you don't know where the end really is because you're doing something new, that's really scary. And so what we do is we try to get their big idea and going in this foggy direction and say, oh, you know what? We're going to make it really small. You're going to do something so small. Pick out something that is before what you want to do, but you can do it quickly, like tomorrow or this week, and you can do it with not much risk or money or anything like that. And then go do it, and they do. And when they do it, they sort of feedback themselves. And they do this themselves and say, okay, what worked and what didn't? And frankly, we expect a whole lot of stuff on the one didn't over here. Failure is, as you know from entrepreneurs, failure is part of what you do. And we want them to be comfortable with that. But that's okay, because the next thing they do with us is say, okay, now we failed in some ways, we succeeded at others. We go back and question. We say, okay, what were our assumptions that were wrong? We learn a little bit, okay, what are we going to do next? And now let's do it again. And they iterate on that with us. They do little steps, slowly going towards where they want to go. Okay? And that's getting them towards their long-term goal. So, and our real long-term goal for them is this one, is to be able to, we want our kids to be able to be able to make a living doing what they love in a changing world, which I think is sort of the essence of sort of 21st century life and learning. So, that's what we're up to. So, how can you help us? So, number one, entrepreneurs who are here. We would love to have you come visit. We've had some awesome entrepreneurs come visit. our kids really could benefit from your experience. Very informal, so talk to me if you're at all interested in sharing that with kids. Also, meeting space, like this one. We'd like to get our kids out of schools because I hate to say it, but the school is very stifling to sort of their, doing their own thing. And educators, we need students, and we're not talking about sort of your academic all-American kind. We're really for students who have some passion, but it probably isn't passion for school, and that's fine. We like that. We deal with that really well. But if you've got kids who have a passion and not sure what to do with it, we'd like to talk to us, and we'd like to maybe put them up with us. So that's what we're up to. And any questions and stuff?
Do the students who come to you pay for the program?
Right now we're doing it for free. That's a good question. And then we're looking at ways to scale. And eventually we have to start to figure out that model. But right now we're in this model where we're trying to figure out what works. And that's what we're doing. Yeah.
Where are you located and how long have you been around exactly?
We started doing this in the fall, and we're in Boulder. And so yeah, the high school we're doing it are in Boulder.
How many kids do you have?
Let's see. We have right now. We have we have about 25 or 30 kids right now doing it. And we've got kids doing all kinds of different projects, all the way from doing. We have some iPhone developers. We have kids selling fishing lure kits. We have kids going photography, that kind of thing.
What kind of marketing have you been doing to kind of get it demographic for parents and high school kids?
That's a good question. That's part of what we've been sort of messing around with, and we found we've started going through the schools. And we found we haven't got that much traction there.
Well, they don't allow you to send very much home, in my experience. So that's good. And they also don't usually give kids time. How are you
Right.
doing that?
Well, we sort of smooth. We're doing one thing during a class period. We're doing one after school. We got one sort of in a morning block. We're working on that, and it seems like the in-school thing is just not the best.
It seems like you're kind of going from the standpoint of their passion and then kind of going, so then do you go into actually those business skills like finance, marketing, once they kind of develop that passion, is that how you're going that route?
That's where we're going, and that's sort of, we're a little different than it, because some of the business classes do a lot of that, and they do need to do that. But part of the big thing is even if they never ran a business in their life, okay, the important thing for us is to get them to have this control of their life. Say, when the opportunity arises, we can go do something. I can take advantage of the opportunity, and I know what to do with it. Yeah.
Have you worked with any school organizations like FBLA or MESA or any of the clubs? Because that would be.
Yeah, we haven't right now, and we found it. We looked at some of these things. We looked at and our bent is a little bit different than that, and the kids that we get are a little different. They're not necessarily all like the business-minded sort of kids. They're the kids who say, well, I really want to do something, but I'm not sure how I can make a living at it, basically.
Right.
But that's a good idea. I know what you're saying. Yeah.
So when you're trying to get in schools, what do you pitch as your measure of success?
Our measure of success, our kids doing a business, are they starting something that they love? Basically, that's our measure of success. And it's really more up to the kid. I mean, frankly, we do a lot of mentoring and sort of coaching, but if the kids don't have the passion, and we've had that problem, it doesn't work. Yeah.
I just finished reading a book called Grinding It Out by Ray Kroc, the commercializer of McDonald's, and found it was a great, it might be do you guys use any autobiographies or any kind of text that might placate the school administrators?
Well, yes, okay, so part of the reason is that I will say that I'm a certified teacher, and there's a reason I'm not teaching, because nothing against you guys, but I don't want to placate school administrators. So,
It's a great book.
Yes, we do talk to them. We do talk to them. I don't want to be that up, but we do talk to them nicely. But frankly, our real goal is, I think autobiographies like that are good, and we had.
Yeah, it gives them a role model.
The role models, yeah. We had, for example, yesterday we had Steve Savage from Cooperatory was in for us, and this morning everybody at KT Barbecues. Yeah, they were in there this morning with our middle schoolers. So they're getting some really nice stuff like that.
Good.
Yeah.
Here's a suggestion.